Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption aerial footage shows the damage caused to the tower block. The majority of residents affected by a fire at a Belfast tower block are being allowed to return home. The housing executive, which owns Coolmooyne House in Dunmurry, said the cleanup began immediately, and contractors had been checking the electrics in each flat. 2 people are in a stable condition in hospital after Wednesday night's blaze, thought to be caused by a toaster. Residents said fire alarms did not on some floors. SDLPMLA Pat Catney said a lot of residents were very angry, but the NI Fire and Rescue Service NIFRS said the systems worked as expected. Fire crews rescued a man from the 9th floor flat where the fire broke out. The housing executive said the fire was contained to one flat which was severely damaged. 17 other flats were affected, primarily by water damage and a small number with smoke damage. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption fire services procedures worked perfectly. 3 residents were put up at a nearby hotel overnight. On Thursday afternoon, an executive spokeswoman said, "We expect to have the majority of residents who were unable to return to their homes last night at Coolmooyne House back in their homes." She said they would be examining all aspects of the incident. Each of the 56 flats have 2 smoke alarms and 1 heat detector alarm installed. The communal hallways are fitted with a silent smoke detection system, which is monitored 24 hours a day, she added. Housing Executive Chief Executive Clark Bailey told BBC News he had been to the scene and found it shocking. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption Dunmurry Tower fire questions over fire alarms. The procedures worked, but my thoughts go to those affected by it, especially those who were kept in hospital overnight. He said there may be a need to instill confidence among residents about the fire safety system. Image copyright Robert Cullen. Image caption The tower block is on the Seymour Hill housing estate in Dunmurry since June, and the Grenfell Tower tragedy. We have been working very closely with all statutory agencies, particularly NIFRS and Building Control, he said. We have gone out and retested and re-examined all our fire protection measures. Where action is needed, it has been, or will be, taken very quickly. At the scene on Thursday morning, Kevin Sharkey, BBC News Nightlight is beginning to break for the first time since the fire began. 2 things that stand out are, first, the emerging scar at the top of the building creeping up towards the other flats. Also the smell around here. It's quite pronounced despite the fact that there's a strong wind blowing. Still hanging in the air, that residual, putrid smell is quite pronounced. Image caption Daylight on Thursday showed the damage to Coolmooyne House. I've been speaking to residents and emotions overnight have been some relief that there has been no loss of life or serious injuries, a sense of loss for those who have suffered material loss in the blaze. I also heard emerging anger over alarm systems and some debate over did they work and were residents satisfied? One resident, called Fred, told BBC News he was sitting having his dinner when he saw the fire engines. I'm absolutely furious that we were still in the building when there was blaze above us, unaware that the fire brigade had been called, he said. I'm just thankful everybody is safe because in our minds last night, we just saw Grenfell. Image caption A total of 18 flats were damaged. He fears there could have been loss of life. We have elderly folk and high up in those flats, he added. I saw them coming downstairs last night to try and get out. Image copyright Pacemaker. Image captioned Up Leader Arlene Foster chatted to residents on Thursday. We didn't know where the fire was, upstairs or downstairs, whether we were heading down into the fire or where we were, we had no way of knowing. I myself was coming down and the stairwell was starting to fill up with smoke. It was a chaotic situation for us to be evacuated from the building. Another resident told the BBC the alarms went off on the floor where the fire was, but why didn't it go off on all the floors with such a big fire? Common hallway. However, Fire Service Group Commander Jeff Somerville said residents should not have concerns over the fire alarms. It is important, of course, to emphasize to everybody that each flat would have a self-contained fire alarm system. This individual flat itself had 3 smoke detectors, and they operated and worked. Their other residents' alarms should not go off unless they detected smoke. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption Flames and smoke at multiple floors at Coolmooyne House. He added there is a communal fire alarm system in the hallway that is to operate and automatically open vents to the common hallway, and that also successfully operated and that allowed smoke to exit from the building. There would be no doors in the common hallway, nor should there be. Image copyright Pacemaker. Image caption The fire started in a flat on the 9th floor of the tower block. A total of 11 fire appliances and 4 ambulances were sent to Coolmooyne House.